Alright, good afternoon. Welcome back to Three Swords Gaming. We are back in Arknights Endfield with a little bit of a new look. As you may note, the ultra-wide is gone. I did quite like the ultra-wide monitor. Decided to upgrade to just a full 4K, which is actually like really giant. The 4K I got is almost as big as the ultra-wide was in terms of how wide it is, but then of course it's taller. So this giant monitor that barely fits on my desk and is difficult to like look at the entire thing at once is quite pleasing. It's also just a lot, and of course changes the look of the videos because that ultra wide format that I had is gone, which is probably for the best from a YouTube perspective, and a change to say the least. Okay, and today we are doing something different because we finished the 1.1 story. The 1.2 release has not come out yet. It's just a few more days before that happens. And by the time I actually get this onto YouTube, probably 1.2 will be out, but I won't have recorded anything yet. But there is something that I wanted to get to at least a little bit, and I got this little gap in time to do that. And that is some of the side stories for individual characters. So you see here, I got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I haven't done. Now I do have like priorities on this. The priorities being Laevatain and Gilberta are like my highest priority. Then Yvonne. Lowest priority are Rossi and Wolfguard. And that really is tied to like what I think, which ones I think are good. I think Laevatain and Gilberta are really good, and they're also thematically very similar. Yvonne's pretty good too, so these three are all like good. Rossi and Wolfguard, for whatever reason, aren't as good. And it's interesting that, of course, they're like, you know, lore-wise they're related, and both from the pack. And I don't think that it is necessarily that the pack is less interesting, just that for whatever reason these two stories turned out a little bit less interesting. So I'm going to prioritize these three right here, with the real prioritization probably what we're going to get to today being Laevatain and Gilberta. If we really fly through those, we might try and do Yvonne too, but I think 3 of them in one video would probably be a lot. So Laevatain is where we will start, and we will head to, well, looks like we'll open a message. First thing, hi Perlica. I'm feeling great. After all that's happened recently, have any of your memories returned to you? So keep in mind, in terms of like our memories returning to us and stuff, that this was available, I think, at launch or shortly after launch. So I think the idea was that players would potentially be playing through this relatively early in the story when Enmin had just returned and was still like dealing with a lot of things. But it is important. This is going to play into the Laevatain story as well. No, not really. Memories have not really returned. Perlica says, no. M3 reminded me to monitor your condition closely during this initial post-awakening period, particularly regarding your memory. Return to Dijon when you have the time. I'll be waiting at the stasis core. Okay, well, lucky us. We're already in Dijon, which was not by design, by the way. This is just where I ended up starting the video. But we're here, so hooray. Perlica.
Did you have any dreams recently? What did you see in those dreams?
Wow, really getting personal, huh, Perlica? No,
It's
no
okay.
dreams.
Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Try and recall what's happened so far.
Could save us again.
It's a fresh new beginning. Might just forget.
Promise.
Your faith. Travel forth. Administrator.
I mostly recalled the events of Valley 4. I mean, that's fair. That's a fair description of what we saw, right?
Is that so?
It is so, Perlica. That's why I said it.
It's all right, Endman. You have a strong bond to this land. Those feelings will slowly come back. As we journey on, you will encounter more people and events connected to you. Perhaps a day will come when your lost memories return.
So I want to be clear. I do think that is true. You know, I'm going to adjust the volume on my mic by just a tiny bit. All right, let's try that. I do think that within their storytelling, we will regain memory at some point. But I think it's going to be a key part of the story. And I think that's why we don't have it right now.
A flash of fire.
And I don't get me wrong, like I don't think they're just going to dump all of our memories back on us, because the whole not having a memory thing, similar to like Wuthering Waves and other games, to include going all the way back to like, you know, the very ambiguous past of the main character in like the Elder Scrolls games, is to leave room for player headcanon, right? And leave room for roleplay. And so if they give us too much in the way of our memories, then they're forcing a story upon the main character that the player may not actually want. And so that, you know, thus we have the main character with amnesia, and thus how much memory we get back is up for debate. But I think some of the backstory of who the administrator is will certainly come to us, particularly if there's any ties between the administrator and the doctor from the first game, which I will get to a little bit later in this video because I think it's important. Inspect the protocol singularity. Okay, let's take a look.
Traces on the protocol singularity. Something's off.
Touch it. Start the mission? Yep, start the mission.
What is this place?
Valid question. Although I'd venture to say it's a cave. Amen. So this story is going to introduce us to some stuff
Someone's up ahead.
that is interesting for the storytelling for the game as a whole, not just for Laevatain's story. And remember, I said Laevatain's story and Gilberta's story are thematically very similar, and it has to do with this concept that we're going to be introduced to here shortly.
Oh? How unexpected. Another intruder in this place. A place you shouldn't be.
Not helpful. Laevatain's as snarky as I am.
Leave now for your own good.
Yes, so that's great, but how do I leave?
You're lost? Getting out won't be easy. Unless you remember.
Remember what?
You clearly don't understand, do you? Well then, follow me. Over here. Be careful.
Alright, so now we are Laevatain. Cool.
What's monsters again.
So, a quick
You,
note on
go
being
hide somewhere.
Laevatain.
They're Angloid.
And the fact
You
that she's
fight
in
well, even though you don't look it.
Hey. Alright, before Edmund replies. So Laevatain's quite an enjoyable character to use. And, of course, on this particular account, and actually on my main account too, I did not pull for her when she was first released because the game had just barely started and, you know, I had no frame of context for what I did and did not want to pull for and so forth. I do wish I had pulled for Laevatain on either or both accounts. So that brings us to the right now with 1.1 complete and 1.2 fixing to drop here shortly. And they are only introducing one banner character in 1.2, that being, what's her name, Zhuang Fanyi or something like that. Yeah, Viceroy Zhang, right? The other banner is going to be a reintroduction of Laevatain and Gilberta, along with Poggers and, what's her face? The girl that they gave away for free, Ardelia. A couple of interesting things here. One, they're reintroducing characters very, very early in the game, which is great for me. So I can tell you now what this account is going to pull for. This account is going to pull for Laevatain and Gilberta, and I'm going to do that on my main account too. I don't really have interest in Zhuang Fangyi. She looks like she's going to be a very powerful character. I assume she will be part of the meta for a lot of players. But I just don't have that much interest in her. She's not an interesting character to me. She was interesting enough in the story, I suppose, but she's not a character I want to pull for. I'd already deprioritized her before Mifu, and now with the way they're rolling these out, I may be able to pull for Laevatain and Gilberta and still pull for Mifu. So that's definitely my plan on my main account. And that's what we're going to do on this account too. In fact, on this account, Laevatain for sure and possibly Gilberta are higher priorities than Mifu, never mind Zhuang Fangyi. So it's fun to use Laevatain now with a strong sense of confidence that in 3 to 4 weeks I should have Laevatain on this account, and I'm looking forward to that. The other note, those 4 characters that they are giving an increase, of course, you know, Poggers and Ardelia are already available in the 6-star pool, which can be obtained through the standard banner pool. And then Laevatain and Gilberta. All 4 of those characters have something in common, which is central to Laevatain's story here and central to Gilberta's story, which is this concept of reconveners, right? I believe is what they're called. It's a term I'm going to use, so hopefully that's the right term. So these reconveners, what is that within Arknights? So that is the mechanism by which the studio chose to reintroduce characters from the first game into Endfield. Essentially, without going too deep into the lore, and I'm not a lore expert, an imprint or so if I understand the lore from the first game correctly, which is a little bit questionable, but as I understand it, Originium was originally intended to be a non-organic mechanism for storing consciousness, for storing souls, basically. And a reconvener is the rebirth of someone whose consciousness was trapped. Whether it's stored or trapped, I'm a little unclear on, but their consciousness was preserved somehow in Originium, and they are back in Endfield as a new person, but containing this essence, some measure of the soul or consciousness of a character from the first game. So, for example, red-haired girl here, which is Laevatain, is Surtur from the first Endfield, or I mean, from the first Arknights, brought back into Endfield. But this concept is also, we're going to see, central to the whole story that's about to play out for us, and I kind of debated on when in this when in this playthrough to have the conversation about that, and I decided front loading it would probably be best so that a lot of this makes sense, and I think they expected a lot of Enfield players to be the players of the original Arknights and to immediately recognize Laevatain as Surtur. But it is interesting that banner is 4 characters, if I'm not mistaken. I know for sure Gilberta, Laevatain, and Ardelia are all representative of players from the original game, and I believe Poggers is as well. So it's interesting that they chose to package it that way. And there's a question as we go through the story about Endman, because Endman is experiencing many of the same things that Laevatain is experiencing, and we'll get to that again with Gilberta. And so it raises questions about the nature of Endman. Okay, I've left us stuck here staring at Laevatain and her magnificent cleavage for long enough. Let's continue to go forward. What is all this, Laevatain?
This is a place constructed with memories. Everything we see is taken from our memories and transcribed by Originium.
So that concept of transcribed by Originium, documented essentially by the Originium, is core to that concept of the Reconveners, right?
Including those monsters.
So a protocol space.
Protocol space. That's the name, huh? What about you? Are you here looking for memories too?
I lost mine. I suppose if I have lost my memories, then I should be looking for them, to be fair.
No wonder. I can feel that. Meeting you here is no simple coincidence.
So that really is strongly suggestive of the commonality between Endman and Laevatain, and that's really what I'm focused on, lore-wise, is the question I'm kind of getting to, what I'm hinting at, is Endman a reconvener of the Doctor or of someone else? And I don't know, and I don't know if they intend to go down that road or not. I'm sure other people have asked that question, but the Doctor being the player character from the first game, right?
Only those who forgot their past end up in this place. And you happen to be one of them.
Alright, so now the key question for Laevatain's story, did she lose her memories as well?
Worse than that. Not only did I lose my memories, my mind's filled with experiences that weren't even mine to begin with.
So this is the struggle for this reconvener, right? Is that it's not just a question of what memories, like her memories. There's conflict between the memories that might be hers and the memories that are someone else's. That's someone else being Surtur, right?
So I found a way to come here. I'll figure out where I'm from, what I actually did, and who I'm actually supposed to be. What do you think? I came here chasing after them. Let's move. We'll search around for hidden memories, then I'll take you out of this place.
Alright, I mean, that sounds like a good plan, considering that we don't have our memories and we need them.
Memories often hide deep here. We'll have a good look around.
So I assume this little poem here, boreal winds snuff out the last ember, the warrior's life fades into withering silence. Charred branches lie buried layer upon layer beneath the relentless snow. A reference to Surtur, I would assume, because twice it makes a reference to fire, right? Last ember, charred branches.
Warriors of the Icefield. I once stood alongside them as we faced something beyond our understanding.
You fought in an ice field?
Yes, but I couldn't recall the outcomes of that battle.
Right, and now we have Endman saying this here. I have similar experiences in an ice field as well, but also, like, if you look at the environment around us, to include this tombstone type thing right here, it should remind us of the opening sequence of the game, right?
Oh? Tell me more about it.
Excuse me. It was a battle and an important mission.
Mission? Your memories are making me curious.
See that? So, I mean, that is the same asset as the... If I'm not mistaken, it's the same asset as the tombstones we see in the opening sequence. And then, of course, we have, like, these frozen agaloy, like, gathered around it. And, like, almost like they're frozen in time. Appearing to almost be in movement, but not. I kind of want to do that one last, since there's fire around that one, and I assume that has to do with... Oh, that was a nice effect. The torches lighting up as we walk through there. Alright, so here we have another one. This one with giant swords around it. The figure staggers forward, eyes ablaze with yearning. He reaches out, seizing the blade. Fire climbs his arm, searing into flesh, merging with his form. Flames of sacrifice ignite, unseen power flooding his veins. Foes wail at his feet, reduced to prostrate kindling. He believed he mastered the flame, yet fire has never truly been his to command. A slumbering will stirs, seeping into limb and mind, usurping all. When the inferno fades, the wielder falls, only embers remaining. Dying cinders cool, the blade lies dormant on cold stone, humming a silent dirge. All returns to silence, awaiting the next arrival.
I once saw a sword like this. Those who pick it up will be granted tremendous power. But the sword shall burn on until its wielder turns to cinders.
Is it the one you're holding right now? So they do bear a strong resemblance to the... what's the word I'm looking for? The specific weapon for Laevatain, right?
Looks like it, though not quite. Regardless, this isn't important.
Hey, it's a little
It's very
important.
quiet now, at least. Come, let's get moving.
Yeah, let's.
Incinerate!
The morning flotilla drifts beyond sight. A southerner lingers. A southerner lingers in the glacial hush, then steps on the icy surface and advances towards the far bank of the unfrozen river. An age-old chain stirs with the thaw to come.
This is my past. I ran to the middle of an ice field alone in search for buried truths. Yes, a very long time ago. It almost felt like someone else's experience. A dream? Dreams. They're like memories at times. Feel almost real while they happen. But when you think back on them later, you'd realize how ridiculous they are. Let's keep looking.
Okay. Okay. My abilities to read are now seriously in question. Alright, let's find the last one, the fiery altar here.
Inferno away. Turn, 2, and ready to strike.
O Colossus wreathed in flame, you once raced across the earth, tides of fire in your wake. You once wrought ruin as kingdoms fell silent. You once perched atop the throne of embers. All who defied you turned to ash. Cinders drift over the snowfields, a testament that the magma never dies. We, your devoted, kneel upon these ashes, calling through the frozen night. Awaken from slumber, and once again scour the world in searing glory. Let the ancient fires reignite. May faith and devastation endure as one, and illuminate the ages.
This prayer again.
Yes, seems like fanatics who worship some kind of fire.
In those memories, I vanquished countless foes with fire and a greatsword. But why was I fighting? Who were the enemies? And are those memories truly mine? Everything remains unknown. Yes, I have all sorts of memories, where I was in different situations, had different identities, and did different things.
Now this is interesting because it's plural. Different identities, not a different identity. Which is an interesting choice of words, and I don't know if that's a translation thing or if it's very deliberate. I mean, they're good enough about their translations, I assume that's deliberate, but kind of conflicts with the fact that she is directly Surtur. Perhaps this prayer described a possibility?
I hope not.
Huh.
It seems something is still missing. Looks like a certain memory of mine is avoiding me. However, I won't let it get away this time.
Okie dokie. Oh, that was convenient.
Another battlefield. I always see sights like this at the end of the memory lane. We meet again. You're actually slower this time. Damn you. Are you trying to stop me again? Don't you understand? I'll never try to stop you. In fact, isn't my presence here the result you seek? Enough nonsense. There'll be no escape for you this time. Oh, you've got a companion. This feels rather refreshing. There are things you aren't meant to find. Let them disappear. Give up already. This is for your own good. Until I find out who I am, there is no stopping me. Then enjoy your aimless wandering, till oblivion takes you. Stop right there! Any thoughts? We silence these buggerloids. Take out whatever's blocking the way. Slash! I shall bring it! Darkness! I will find you!
You okay?
It's an old wound. There's no way those creatures could hurt me.
So what's up with your doppelganger?
Someone who's always getting in my way. I've searched many places, but mostly in vain. This version of me always shows up at the very end. There were times when I came close to the truth, but she had to ruin it all.
So what next?
Chase her down. I must reclaim my memories. We shouldn't stay here any longer. In any case, thank you for your assistance, Endman.
Alright, so we never introduced ourselves, right? I don't know the significance of that, or if it's explained later, I don't recall. Oh, maybe it's explained immediately. How did you...
It's not that hard of a guess. I can't think of anyone else who could enter a protocol space unscathed, fight Angeloy, and run a pretty important mission. Meeting you has been fun. Until next time.
Endman, are you alright?
Oh, hi, Perlica.
What just happened?
I like how Enman shook her head no with a smile on her face. What's going on here? I just touched it and found myself in an ice field.
Did you just enter a protocol space? This is quite unexpected.
Yeah, it was unexpected for me too. I met a red-haired Sarkaz girl who wields a sword.
Who is she?
I don't know. She's also looking for her memories.
The protocol space is essentially a data shard within Originium. And if it includes data from past memories, they might be recreated within the space as well. But finding the memories of a particular person is difficult. It's like hunting for a needle in a haystack.
She's very mysterious. She even knows that I'm Enman.
That does not sound normal.
Yeah, I don't think she was normal. She's also opposed by a shadow that resembles her.
But I'm afraid we lack enough evidence to reach a proper conclusion. I'll try to look into this. Wait for my updates.
Okay, will do. Bye, Perlica.
Hi, Enman. We recently picked up a few strange Originium reactions across Valley 4. And witness reports also mention some form of fire that accompanied those Originium reactions.
Aha! Is she the cause of this?
Enman, you have a lead on this?
Yep. Someone looking for lost memories. Like me.
Then perhaps it is best to have you investigate this. I'll sync the coordinates to you.
Thank you, Fiona.
Time to look for her in Valley 4.
Let's do that. Let's go. So truthfully, as I'm looking at the time that this is already consumed, I'm wondering if each story is going to have to be its own video. And I'll only get Gilberta and Laevatain done this weekend. We'll have to see how it goes.
Traces. They might be hers.
So I like what they did here. They put forth the effort to not just use the asset for protocol space, but give it like a fiery touch to specifically like be suggestive of Laevatain.
She's been here. Are these the traces she left behind? I should scan these traces and track her down.
Hello, little fella. Wanna look for my memories?
This long ear seems connected to her.
Move those legs and run, Black Ears. The city's lost and the fire burns near. Hey, slow down! Not so fast! Oh, you stopped. Couldn't find it anymore? Alright, little one. I guess you don't want to leave your home too far behind. But what about my home? Are these childhood impressions real? Or are they just false fairy tales? Where did I really come from?
She's looking for memories of home. My childhood and home. Where are those memories buried?
I find this to be an interesting concept, and I'll draw a quick parallel. Like, one, interesting concept in that I don't think, unless you actually have amnesia, I guess, that this is something that really, like, any of us can really, like, fathom, is, like, genuinely having no concept of your origin. And I think we have a natural tendency to try to define our origin, to define where we came from. So while we might shape that, while we might intentionally misremember it or remember it a certain way, having a memory of where we came from is kind of core to who we are. So it's very interesting, this idea of not having that and what kind of absence that might create. And I think the like what it makes me think of is Blade Runner 2049, when Kay is trying to, now a little bit different because he believes that he is a certain thing and he is not, but it's shaping how he remembers his past and his origin, and that's kind of what like the parallel that I'm seeing here. It's not a perfect parallel, but it is kind of an interesting one.
Who was I? Before I became the administrator.
Yeah, I think this is a tremendous question for this game as a whole. And I don't think they're going to give us a clear answer in the near future. I think they'll drip feed a little bit at a time over a long period of time, like genuinely like years, to answer this question.
Where should I go next?
I should follow. What's over there?
Alright, there's a whole lot here. But I guess this is the important part. Northern Sammy reports demon activity. Phenomena lasted 3 days before sudden high-temperature incineration. Witnesses claim a girl wielding a flaming greatsword appeared in the woods, reducing all demons to ash. Her identity remains unknown. Yeah, I don't think anything else here. I'm wondering if, because they include this too, if this is, is this just to flesh out what we're looking at, or is this also relevant? It's about Originium slugs, which of course is like the most basic. In this game, they're just like set dressing. In the original game, which is a tower defense game, they're like the most basic enemy that you can encounter, right? For like just the very first few levels.
Burning demons, dealing with disasters. Did she do all this?
These old records are useless. They tell me nothing about who I am. Time to look elsewhere.
She still didn't find her memories. But does my role as the administrator really tell me who I actually am? And how did I become the administrator, the Jenner, Andre, and all those people remember?
Can't quit here. I should keep looking.
She went over there. A radio.
I don't think that's right. Nope. Nope. Alright, help me out, Emma.
The trail has gone cold. If I can't find my way home... no. The annoying stuff is messing with my memories. Gotta get myself an ice cream break.
Wait, where was she keeping that ice cream? I mean, where was she keeping it to where it didn't melt?
I really needed that.
I need that. I need an ice cream.
What? I'm down to the last popsicle? Ugh. If only they had a furnace for candy-flavored ice cream.
Threat at the cradle of the ages. Eliminated. Residual anomalous originium reaction. To temporarily close these areas, unauthorized personnel.
The cradle of the ages. Huh. Perhaps another gateway to memories can be created there.
Where is she going?
Probably to the cradle of the ages. I mean, if I had to speculate.
She's left.
So I'm not clever enough to figure out why certain words are crossed out and why certain words are not. It may have to do with protocol spaces, like triggers for protocol spaces that have been searched and not searched.
A lifeless cradle and the ruins of the Great Oak. This feels like the cradle of the ages.
Thank goodness. You finally picked
Yeah. I found trails of that red-haired Sarkaz girl in Valley 4.
Great. I've also uncovered something new in the Rhodes Island archives. It's an HR dossier on a particular operator from the Age of Terra.
The Age of Terra being the first game, right?
Red-haired Sarkaz, fire, and a sword. The appearance and abilities of this operator match your descriptions. Her name is Surtur.
See, so I didn't remember this from my previous playthrough of this. They directly say it's Surtur. And I mean, if you've seen Surtur from the first game, like, it's obvious. The similarities are not somewhat suggestive. Like, it's explicitly clear that they're the same person.
What you saw is probably Laevatain, a reconvener with close ties to Surtur.
Okay, I was right about reconvener. I was trying to remember what the term was.
So that's who she is.
Records from Rhodes Island also mention that Surtur suffered from memory impairment. She had chronic polymnestic disorder and never knew which of her memories truly belonged to her. When she first opened her eyes, she only saw the ruins of a small town, solidified lava, and a sword of unknown origins in her hands. Her mind was filled with all sorts of fragmented memories. She could not answer who she was, where she was from, or what she wanted to do. Surtur was later recruited by Rhodes Island. She spent plenty of time in solo operations in search of her memories.
Did she find them?
No, if we're just looking at the Rhodes Island archives. As for Laevatain, after her awakening on Talos 2, she continued her search for her actual memories, just like Surtur had done.
So that's interesting, and I didn't know this from the first game. I assume that that's consistent with the lore from the first game for Surtur. So for Laevatain, her situation would be particularly perilous since the consciousness that's been, converted into her was already fragmented to begin with.
She hasn't been in contact with Rhodes Island for quite a while.
And who is that shadow that looks like her?
Endman, I've made a few deductions of my own. Laevatain may have started on the wrong trail. The further she goes into the protocol space, the less likely she is to find her memories. She might even encounter unknown threats. Her injuries will only get worse with each attempt.
That explains her old wounds.
I need to ask you for a favor, Endman. Please, help her. You're the only one we have right now with unrestricted access into the protocol space.
Of course. Leave it to me. She probably went to the Cradle of the Ages.
Well, we better go.
Hope I can find her.
Your savior cannot
Rodan?
Will Endfield come and save us?
We must call the Endmen.
trash. Scream all you want. She'll never come. No one leaves here alive. I'm burning you to cinder.
Stop right there!
How is this possible? I've defeated him already.
Then we just silence him again.
Laevatain?
Careful! The real enemies are behind the illusions! Generate! What's this?
We meet again, Endmin. I wasn't expecting to run into you here. Took the question out of my mouth. I had nothing to do with that big noisy dude.
His name is Rodagan, or Rodan, I guess. I have been saying Rodagan. I guess if you're hooked on phonics, Rodan actually makes more sense, doesn't it? I defeated him in Valley 4.
Wow, so you couldn't remember what just happened?
look at Edmund, very upset about this. I remember what just happened very well.
Memories aren't always true. Sometimes they are replaced by deceptive illusions. And this place has plenty of false memories.
Why are you here if they're false?
Don't you remember? I'm after the shadow that took my memories. Anyway, you better stay with me. These twisted beings are created from your memories. And since you don't know how to tell the truth apart yet, things can get pretty dangerous.
Lead the way.
Seems like you've learned of my identity. You're the first person who managed to pull that off.
I mean, it wasn't that hard. You left, like, shimmering physical manifestations.
Very well. From this point forth, you shall be my fellow companion in this journey of memory search.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. Don't you want to find your memories? Interested in me, huh? But isn't that because deep down, you're curious and hopeful about finding your own memories?
Maybe.
Well... Is that my...
memory of your own? But I gotta correct you on something. This isn't about understanding your memories. It's more like understanding your amnesiac self. Go take a look. We should be able to find some traces.
That's Tata.
Tata? Now that's a lovely name.
So, play it safe, okay? Don't break my baby bot again.
Wait. Something's wrong.
This is a falsehood? So this is Tata? So what we're seeing here is a reflection of your inner fears. And I thought the Administrator, Guardian of the Civilization Band, would be someone with ironclad resolution.
I feel attacked.
The real one turned out...
How did I turn out?
A worrisome soul, afraid of something. You fear failing your mission.
Why are you smiling? Stop gloating already.
I totally did not do that.
We don't get a lot of Laevatain smile, to be honest.
I just felt you're no longer that distant or unfamiliar anymore. In fact, I can even say you're actually quite... whatevs. It's nothing to be concerned about. Everyone's scared of something.
You too?
Do I look like someone without emotions? Let's keep moving. Follow the trail.
Andre and Jenner.
I didn't expect the Endmen to be back.
I haven't seen the planter of the Great Oak for many years, but...
Having lost so many memories and powers, I don't know if the Endmen can continue to lead us.
The Endman is no longer the hero who saved us. Perhaps it is wrong to expect the Savior to appear twice.
They don't trust me.
Quite the sensitive soul, aren't you?
But...
Incinerate! Gotcha! Bang! This!
Are those two friends of yours?
These are kind of the same thing, right? Let's go with this one.
And does that make you worried?
Their trust and eagerness made me worried. This is actually a really interesting examination of, like, you know, because the Endmen, not just because the Endmen lost their memories and struggles with that or whatever, but the idea that the Endmen returned to lead when they had led before, but something was lost in between. Like, this is a very, like, this would be a very realistic thing, and is something that I think a game could probably very easily gloss over without having to address. And of course, they don't address it that much in the main story. They do kind of gloss over it in the main story, and we get it here in Laevatain's story.
Why is that?
We do have, I think the Endman refers to this once, maybe. I don't know if I'm the person they're hoping for.
Then did you ever share these thoughts with others?
I'm afraid that Perlica, Chen, and many others would be disappointed and lose faith because of my failings. I'm afraid that Nefereth will be emboldened by my weakness.
That's why you kept playing the role of a powerful and resolute administrator. Even though you've got no idea who you actually are.
Yeah. I don't even know who I actually am.
You're doing a pretty good job already. I'll be honest with you. I've been dealing with the same issue. I'm afraid I won't know who I really am. I have the fire, a sword, and a name. However, I have no memories, no stories, and no past to speak of. I'm afraid the only thing I have is the name Laevatain. And beyond that, I have nothing. I am nothing but an empty shell.
An empty shell. Maybe I'm the same thing.
No, you're different. You have a mission and you fight for it, while This feels like we're competing for the title of Chief Amnesiac. Two souls with lost memories, getting worried and trying to make the other feel better. Can't think of a sadder story than this. That's why we're fellow companions, right?
So, like, this kind of thing right here, after, and like I said, I didn't pull for Laevatain, and truthfully, I don't remember if I got to this story while her banner was still up. Probably I did. But certainly this story made me wish that I had pulled for her. Like, this story made me want Laevatain considerably more. And I'm looking forward to getting her. Like, I feel like there's... I don't know that there's a certainty I will get her on my main account, but it feels that way.
So, my fellow companion, time to finally reveal the answer.
It'll really hinge on how that banner functions. And whether or not it has any pity, because because there's not a main banner character, because it's just these 4 characters are available via this banner. I don't know how it's going to function, whether or not it'll have a pity, whether you can prioritize one. We'll have to wait and see. It's a few weeks away.
The old me before the amnesia planted a great oak here.
So that's the old you? But you probably should take a closer look.
I planted this oak to secure the continuation of life and civilization. To rescue your new homes from the brink of death. To pave a path that leads to the future. Though years have passed, I remain bereft of my due. The seeds of justice and benevolence yielded nothing. Nothing, save your base instincts of greed and malice, and your perpetual propensity for envy and hatred.
We have sinned.
Deliver us!
Help us escape this nightmare.
Ew, that's the old you?
I mean, presumably not.
And why do you deserve the salvation I bring?
Just give us a chance. Are you still the savior? Have we lost all hope?
Pay for your sins!
What was my past actually like?
Seems like you're not ready for this.
No. Sorry, I hesitated a bit.
For people like us, facing the past can be quite a challenge. Don't blame yourself too much. You figured it out at the last moment.
I mean, both these things could be true, right? We'll go with this top one.
Huh, that's true. I would have hated that almighty savior and that stupid speech. I'd rather have you like this.
Thanks. But I still have one question. Does this version of me count as the true Endministrator?
I almost wish they had put count in quotation marks instead of administrator.
An And I got another question in return. Who am I?
Hey, this isn't about you. I was just talking about me. What are you doing here, Laevatain?
Hey, I asked first.
Right? That's what I'm saying, Edmund.
Who am I?
All right, Laevatain.
Reconvener?
Yes, you are Surtur's.
Surtur. She left me nothing but a jumbled heap of memories. Other reconveners with their memories know who they could be, what they should do, but I got nothing except delusional memories. Like someone stranded at sea, parched. Got water everywhere, but none of it quenches your thirst. I guess they woke you up, said you are their endman, then instantly got you in all sorts of mess, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's fair.
It really feels like I'm trying to become someone else.
Yet that someone else is but yourself.
Yeah.
Getting trapped by the past, and doing everything you can to break out of it. I got the same problems. So, since Surtur didn't give me an answer, I decided to look for it myself. If you're confused, then just look around for the lost memories. Then you can see what the true Endman was like.
Memories. Can they be found that easily?
If the two of us work together, the search might be a little easier.
Together?
As your companion, I shall help you find your lost memories. Consider this a promise. So, Endman, have anything to say to that?
Where are we going next?
Next location, next protocol space. Since you're around, we probably end up finding something for once.
Okay then, let's go. Laevatain? I'm still in Valley 4. Where did she go?
Next location, next protocol space.
Laevatain may have started on the wrong trail. The further she goes into the protocol space, the less likely she is to find her memories. She might even encounter unknown threats.
Very well. From this point forth, you shall be my fellow companion in this journey of memory search. As your companion, I shall help you find your lost memories. Consider this a promise.
Her injuries will only get worse with each attempt.
I can't just leave her alone. Gotta find her quickly. I should inform Perlica and ask her for help.
Endman, we just received the data from you. You actually found Laevatain. Good work.
But she is very determined.
Even though she knew she was a reconvener, she insisted on searching for those memories. I understand why she's doing this, Endman. And it won't be easy to persuade someone like her.
I just lost contact and couldn't locate her trail. Can you help me find her?
I see. Hold on. Fiona just analyzed traces of Laevatain's originium reactions and protocol space fluctuations. Her trail is already deep within the protocol space.
So, is there any way to enter that protocol space and find her? Maybe we can use the protocol singularity again.
That's quite a bold idea, Endman. I know you're very worried and concerned, but but your plan needs data of Originium reactions directly associated with Laevatain. Did she visit other places? I can
look around in Valley 4.
Personally? Alright. I'll call Director Chin right away and get her and the hub base to back you up.
Greetings, Endman. I heard you're looking for a red-haired Sarkaz girl.
Yep.
That's right.
According to the data from Supervisor Perlica, this girl usually carries a greatsword, is a skilled pyromancer, and often leaves burn marks wherever she goes. We did have recent reports of strange sightings in the valley. I'll sync the witnesses' data to you right away.
I'll go talk to them now.
Director Chin, your work is much appreciated. Endman, please head back to Dijon once you've gathered enough data. Fiona and I will make the preparations in the meantime. I'll be waiting at the stasis core.
Witnesses. Right. They might be in the hub.
Sounds like a plan. Valley 4. I really like the design of that building. That's cool.
Looking for me, Endman?
Yep.
Yes, I did. I recently made a delivery to the Originium Science Park, but my car broke down halfway and the Landbreakers ambushed me.
Oh, that's bad luck, Roman.
Thankfully, that fine lady appeared. She literally slashed right through the Landbreakers' axes.
Shocking that there aren't more people in Valley 4 with severe PTSD.
Here's a record from that day.
Roman's dash cam. Thanks, Roman. Throw that on YouTube. Maybe it'll go viral. Oh wait, you know what? We could probably look at that, actually. Wonder where it is. Is it in audio records? Maybe not. Wonder where it is. Oh, I don't know where to find that. Now I wish that I had looked at it when I very first obtained it. Oh well.
Oh, Endman. You want to talk?
Hi, May. Miss me?
Oh, I remember her. I got a temporary assignment at the quarry. I, miscalculated the explosive payload. I was in a shaft with a mining crew, and we got trapped by falling rocks.
It's very believable coming from May.
Everyone got really depressed and began writing their wills. Lucky for us, the huge stone blocking the exit was cut right in half. That must have been the work of your red-haired girl. No mistake about that. Here, the report of that incident.
Oh, you know what? I just looked at it. It doesn't go into the archive. It looks like it's more like a mission item than archive.
Endman, Director Chin told me you're looking for this type of burn mark. I did. In fact, I was the one who submitted the reports about these markings. I found them at the Blight Cliff observation post. We also found plenty of Angelos remains at that place. It must have been a terrifying battle. Someone literally burned those Angeloi with incredibly hot flames. This is a set of data we collected.
This should be enough. Time to return to Dijon.
So when we're advanced through the main story and we get to the power plant, and we get the brief appearance from Lycia. When they first showed like the scorch marks and the slashes to the wall and stuff, I thought that might have been Laevatain. And it appears that they have some similarity, not necessarily in terms of like story or character, but mechanical, in that they appear to both be sword wielders aligned with fire. I'm wondering how a team... Oh, excuse me, I'm very tired. Wondering how a team of Lycia and Laevatain, like how that might work out. Of course, it's hard to know because they've not introduced Lycia, and God knows when they will. It doesn't look like it's going to be in you know, 1 point anything at the rate things are going.
Endman, you're back.
I have these things. Can I? Yeah, they're just... Yeah, we can't look... We can't actually watch the dash cam thing. These are just quest items, nothing more. Too bad.
Finding Laevatain in the protocol space is theoretically feasible, but risky too. Your physical condition has got me a little concerned.
I will say, I'm glad that this part of the story arc where Perlica is constantly worried about like our frail physical state dissipated after 1.0. That was truthfully getting a little bit tiresome after several mentions.
Understood. Fiona and I just completed a plan.
Good.
Simply put, Laevatain would have looked for a suitable rift opening. Then, by using memories as a clue, she would have forcibly entered the matching protocol space. The recent ether activities of Valley 4 gave her an opportunity. This is why she got in touch with you, Endman. We can use the same method, with the protocol singularity and your abilities. By following traces of Laevatain's originium reactions, you can locate the protocol space she went to.
That both sounds like very like technical and scientific, and makes absolutely no sense at all. Like, but it works for the story.
Yes, both the protocol space and reconveners are somehow related to you. Your thorough search is definitely going to help us locate her.
This is actually a really loaded thing right here. Protocol space and reconveners are related to me. Protocol space in general, like all the protocol spaces, like this whole concept, and reconveners plural. Well, that's, you know, as we discussed earlier, that's Laevatain, Gilberta, Ardelia, and Poggers at a minimum. And actually, you know what? Snowbreak as well, or Snowshine, or whatever her name is Aurora from the first game. Like, and that's pretty clear. So that's at least 5 of the characters in the game, and I don't know about some others. Like, I genuinely don't know about Ember or you know, any of the other characters.
Endman, we finished analyzing the parameters of Laevatain's originium reactions. You're good to go anytime.
Yay, let's go. We made a promise.
Please keep Laevatain safe and bring her back here. Most importantly, make sure you return safely as well, Endman.
You hear that? I'm more important than Laevatain. That's a cool loading screen, man.
You're here, Endman. Didn't keep me waiting for too long.
You were waiting? You look a little tired.
It's nothing. Just walked a long way before coming here.
Oh. Did you find her trail?
Found nothing so far, but that wouldn't stop me. What about you?
Nothing for me either.
Then we should make good on our promise and start our memory search together.
Let's do it. Promise to find the truth in your memories. We're making big promises around here. Like,
Then it's a deal.
in my line of work, you don't make a promise if you can't keep it. It's bad for business. Laevatain's cute. It's a cute haircut.
Let's go. I don't think we should stay here.
The idea of this memory falling apart, it like really like suggestive of like Inception and stuff. Which I think is a great movie. I don't care what anyone says. I enjoy Inception. You know, sometimes this happens a lot with music, but it can happen with movies too. Something gets popular enough that it can't possibly be that good because it's popular, right? Because if you're like an edgy, smart guy, popular things and good things can't be the same. I think Inception is good, and it was popular, or relatively popular at least. But I think it's really quite good movie making. Oh, let's go. Oh, man. I'd forgotten about this. This is fun. This is cool. And this whole, like, area, super, like, backroom vibes. Which I only know about because of my daughter. You know, that's what happens when you have a teenager.
See anything familiar?
Doesn't feel right. Of course it doesn't feel right. Some creepy, weird liminal space.
Then let's look around and see what they have.
Your injuries are getting worse.
I know. But an injured body is hardly a concern when compared with broken memories. Instincts tell me that the answers I seek can be found here. I never dwell on a clue that came too late. I just keep going and never turn back. That's how I'll find my true self.
We'll leave this place, just like our first meeting. The fact that Emmon has to say this implies that there is a possibility that Laevatain could enter a protocol space and never leave. Which I guess could happen to Emmon too, right? There are protocol spaces where we engage in combat. That whole, like, endgame mode, I forget what it's called. Anyway.
Indeed. We shall press forward together.
Rhodes Island Agreement seal. And of course, we have no idea who this is for, but in theory, like, that's related to a recruitment in the original game, like headhunting in the original game. Oh, Edmund's just coming over to hang out with ghost kids. All right, Edmund, what'd you find? You find a ghost kid?
Come play with me.
Oh, dark. Ginny's a specific character, though, right? Where was Ginny from? Oh, it's really, really early in the game. She's the sick girl, right? It's like a very pretty little, but still creepy, like everything, but particularly the floaty flower pots and stuff. But it's cool. It's pretty.
Hi, pretty lady. What flowers do you like? Just take them.
That's why I'm here, to steal your flowers.
Thank you. Ginny, is that the name of this child?
It is. She has, what's the name of that disease? The Originium disease? Orypathy? She has orypathy. Yes, I saved her in Valley 4 from orypathy. She likes to draw and has a gift for it. Ah, I like that so much nicer.
Come play with me. We can make colors from the petals and draw everyone. Do you like flowers?
Flowers. I remember something. A time when there was no fire, nor battles, nor a sword by my side. It was the most idyllic moment I remember. Where the wind was soft, and the meadows were quiet. I took my naps at that place. Petals brushed against my face, carrying a subtle fragrance. Ironically, this is just one of the many fragments that do not belong to me. Yet, it is also one of the very few beautiful memories carried within my mind.
That's super interesting, right? The idea that you have a memory worth treasuring, like you have something, you know, very pleasant to think about or beautiful, but you know that it's not your memory, that it doesn't belong to you, that it's someone else's memory. Someone else experienced that beautiful thing. You just hold it as a memory.
So, have you seen flowers that make you happy?
Oh, we can answer with that in other people's memories. I mean, I guess the happiest thing would be Valley Fort, right? Icefield is a very interesting answer, too. Were there flowers? There were flowers in the area, or near the area with the gravestones, right? I don't remember. Let's answer Valley Fort. It seems like the most Inman's not crazy response.
No, only scary pipe-faced people live there.
I'm doing the best I can, Jenny. Alright, in the Icefield.
That doesn't count. That place has no flowers.
How would you know, you little rat? Alright, other people's memories.
Huh. Would you consider that your own happiness?
Don't judge me. You didn't accept any of my answers.
Don't give up. Keep looking around.
After all this walking, I hardly met anything that can be considered happy.
Oh.
Maybe it's just at the next stop.
Oh, Emma just getting her hopes up. Way to go, Ginny. You just depressed Laevatain. She's all sad now. Well, can you imagine if that was the only little ghostly person here? None of these other ghostly people were here, and we were just like going through this space, and there was just a kid saying that. That'd be wild.
If you receive this emergency call, please respond on this frequency. We can't call the gate. We've lost touch with them. The main channel has been severed. The attack on Section is far worse than we expected. Central control has gone dark. The entire place is probably destroyed. We tried to seal the passage, but nothing worked. Those things flooded the entire floor. Our people kept disappearing. Tell the others. Our enemies are far more terrifying than the Angaloid.
This is actually really, really interesting from a lore perspective. And I am not a lore expert. I'd love to be, because I think the lore for the original Arknights and Endfield, particularly when you combine both, is interesting. I like the world building. But there's too much for me to catch up on, and I'll be honest with you, I'm struggling to advance through the first game because I suck at it. I don't even think it's a hard game. I just suck. So I'm still in like level 2. Be that as it may, like I do find the lore interesting, and I believe we've lost touch with Terra. We can't call the gate. Like, this seems to be a call from the period of time when the people here on Talos 2 got trapped on Talos 2, because Talos 2 was colonized from Terra through like a Stargate type thing. But then the gate was shut down. The ability to use it was lost, and this seems to be an emergency call from the moment that happens, which is really interesting from a lore perspective. I just don't have the prerequisite knowledge to like put it in context, unfortunately. It's a shame. Maybe one day I'll be able to like circle back around to this, and it'll make a lot more sense to me, and at least I'll have this on video. And that actually raises the question, like, is this entire space, is its weird kind of ghostly vibe and like it's really drab colors, like it was snatched up from 1982, is this suggestive of the possibility that that this entire facility, this entire space, is a reference to an older period of time when those events were taking place? Like, is this the very beginning of Talos 2? We need Endfield. Yeah, you do. This is a very interesting thing. They do this a lot in this game, and I have seen it in some other games as well, though I can't remember which ones. I think they do this a couple times in Cyberpunk 2077, but they do it a lot in this game. They have like stuff that is either illegible or like in this game they always make it look like it's like basically redacted. And it's a really interesting thing because it means they can They can provide only the exposition or the lore or the narrative device that they want to, and they can imply that there's more, and they can allow the player to like fill it with their own ideas, and it doesn't matter. It's almost like a hack for their exposition. Having said that, they do it a lot in this game, and if they continue to do it a lot, there may come a point in time when it'll be tiresome. That wasn't the second thing that we're looking for. No, I skipped a thing. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to advance yet. I want to find the other clue. Oh no! It's not wanting to let me do that. It's got me stuck in this perspective now. I was looking for optional observe the room, and I was looking for 2 of 2. And that's why I went forward to try and find 2 of 2, but maybe this is 2 of 2.
The annoying peeps are here.
Oh, but I can't fight in here. Because I'm stuck in this perspective. Okay, well. What a disaster. I mean, obviously we can fight, but...
Incinerate! Take him out!
Oh, it's gonna be a hot mess, though. Oh, apparently there's someone to talk to. We just can't see him.
Kill ya!
Oh, there we go. What a disaster. I really messed that up.
Zip it, or I'm burning you to ash right now.
Laevatain, don't play.
Is this your enemy? Enemies. My memories have plenty of enemies.
What were you like in those memories? What an interesting question.
All I felt were instilled fury, shame, frustration.
Shame is an interesting choice here. Because, you know, if, you know, with Surtur being a warrior and whatever else, like, Surtur carried in her jumbo memories or whatever, the fact that shame would be one of those things is very interesting contradiction to, like, fury, frustration, vengeance, ambition, whatever. Like, there are a lot of things that might go together, but shame is an interesting choice. You'll figure it out.
Perhaps.
Don't worry about it. You'll figure it out. You'll be fine.
You, administrator, huh? Why treat us as your enemy?
Alright, so it's not often, like, super noticeable. It is super noticeable here. The Landbreakers are basically rednecks. Like, and the accent really jumps out here. And I find that incredibly funny. Why do you treat us as the enemy? Well, to protect Valley 4.
Still dreaming about your lies? We will bury you, savior. Your struggles are useless!
These seem like your memories at Talos too. Pretty interesting, but they've got nothing to do with me.
Perhaps you can leave something on Talos too as well.
We're still stuck in this perspective. How are we going to find the door? This is awful. And we can't run.
Where should we go next?
Attacking doesn't really move us forward with any speed either. Alright, well, we know where to go next, then, because we're stuck looking at it.
What is this place?
It's a spaceship.
Home. A place welcoming you back, even when you've forgotten about it.
It's an interesting way to define the idea of home.
But I found none of this in my memories. Oh, poor Endman, forced to tag along with your shenanigans. After all this diving in the protocol space, you still ended up with nothing. Then it's time to reclaim my memories. Don't you understand, Laevatain? Your happiness is false. Your hatred is false. Even the thing you've been searching for is false. This is why you'll never find home. You're just an empty shell. A pretty husk without a soul.
Dang. It's interesting because Mystery Illusion seems to be right. Just the harshest version of right. Like the harshest version of the truth.
An empty shell? The past of Surtur isn't your concern.
Laevatain, are you alright?
Why are you going against me? I've never opposed you. You're the one who keeps hurting yourself. I'm only trying to protect you. What you're seeking will destroy you. Since you started doubting who you are and longing for your memories, I have existed. You'll never find something that you never owned. Such is your fate. You can only abandon yourself and live on as a mere tool. Give up. Why not stop resisting and just take one of these fragments and treat it as yours?
What a load of crock. Give up?
Well then, let's see what you can walk away with after you reach Surtur's home. Since you insist so stubbornly and foolishly, I'll let you take the path of self-destruction. Go to Casda. Go to her home.
Laevatain, are you...
This is slowing me down. Even if this is going to take my life, nothing's more important than finding the truth in my memories. I can sense the whereabouts of Surtur's home. It's close. But time's running out. I gotta act quickly.
Wait!
Oh no.
She's gone.
What? Can we talk to all these people? So it looks like these are sequential to tell us something about either Surtur or Laevatain. I genuinely don't know which. She was found in Ursus. There were no other survivors from the catastrophe. She remembers many things, but not who she was. Alright, guy, what's this all mean?
What are you looking at?
An illusion of a civilian. She probably walked past this place. She has a frilly dress and a huge metal thing around her ass.
She? Tell me about her colors and shades.
Black with some pink and some fire.
Oh, I know. It's her. She brought the warlike hues and walked amongst us.
Sounds right.
Go forth and catch up to her.
Thanks. That's what I was looking for, was your permission. Appreciate it, guy. Of all sarcasm.
Casdell is home to the sarcasm, but not every sarcasm.
I don't recognize you. What brings you here?
Looking for a girl.
And what is the name of this someone you're looking for?
This is cool, right? 3 choices. Laevatain, which is who we're looking for. Surtur, which is the memory she's looking for. And then our memory, right? I'm looking for Laevatain.
A visitor bearing this name left the ruins in a hurry and gave nothing but a sigh. Go catch up to her, but watch the deep beneath your feet.
Well, that's cryptic, and I don't know what it means. Do you have something to tell me about the story? I need to trigger your dialogue.
The gate of a old place is open. That child has arrived.
You're finally here. The girl bearing fire. Why is she here?
She's looking for something. For her memories.
That's her. And she's asking everyone if they had seen a girl with her likeness. Make yourself a guest at her home. But be quick. She is very exhausted.
Well, none of that sounds good, to be honest. Alright, investigate the nearby area. What do we got over here?
Civil war has erupted, and the fighting's spreading here.
I know. They're settling the old scores, and the children might not be spared. They need me to forge their weapons. But our child...
She's so young. We might not be able to avoid this disaster, but for her sake.
So and maybe this will be clearer in a moment, I perceive this as Surtur's parents. I think this is about Surtur and what happened to her. Is that crazy? I don't think it's crazy. Oh, you can actually read that. All prepare for major weather. So catastrophe in this sense, by the way, it was mentioned a minute ago. This is from the first game. Catastrophe does not refer to just a bad thing that happens, which would be the definition of catastrophe, right? But rather a very specific like type of storm that can destroy entire cities in the first game. And in the first game, the cities are actually mobile so that they can avoid these catastrophes. Very early in the game, your team, like right after the doctor is awoken, you and Amiya and the rest of your team, like Amiya, right? I think so. Like survive a catastrophe, which is like a big deal, right? Because they're so destructive. Sarkaz, a nation accursed, a people without roots. We are fated to have nothing in a world twisted by Originium. In the land soaked by blood and war, we have been ordained to face one destruction after another. We no longer have a home, for home has given way to barren desolation. Well, that's depressing. Which would be, of course, Surtur's home, right? As a Sarkaz.
Stop crying already. Otherwise, a Wendigo will appear in the night and eat you up.
Don't scare her like that. It's her birthday tomorrow. She hasn't seen the outside world before.
Once she gets older, the sun might shine over this place again. But now, I'm sorry, my love.
That's sad.
Cease this pursuit, and don't be like Laevatain. She ignores the risks of overreaching, and will get herself killed.
I will bring her out safely.
You already know what's going to happen to Laevatain. Why risk diving into the deep? Who is she to you?
Alright, so I don't like answer 1. Because this is more what she is than who she is, right? In the sense that she is a reconvener and a companion beyond space and time, I guess, in the sense that if we believe Endman is a reconvener or the Doctor or something similar, then they were partners in a in a previous timeline or existence as well, right? But that's still more the what than the who. And I actually like this third one. But this is meant to be communicated. This really isn't communicated until the end here, which hopefully we're coming up on, because holy smokes, these stories take longer than I thought. But who is she right now? to us this, right?
Do not go any further.
Oh, calm down, mysterious illusion.
She wants to rest. Let her sleep.
Take this!
Hey, buddy, you okay?
You found me. I arrived at Surtur's home, but I only saw a girl whose name has been lost. A refugee escaping the fires of war. A hand stinging and burning from the scorching heat. A family and home in the dust that I do not recognize. And many other things. I have seen every memory fragment of this place, but found nothing. None of them can tell me who I am. I want to keep going, but where else could I go? I don't want to live out my life as an empty shell.
No, you are not an empty shell. I bear witness to your existence.
My existence?
You are my companion. You ended my confusion and taught me to see through falsehoods. I remember your name, your fire, and your pursuit for the truth.
And that bougie purse, look at that. Laevatain's got like a Louis Vuitton pink purse or something going on there.
All these belong to Laevatain, and no one else.
But isn't this search for memories the sole reason I exist?
No. It's self-discovery that gives you meaning. And I can help you. Do not give up.
You consumed yourself to stabilize my existence. Why? You've just awakened, and you're fighting a powerful enemy.
Because I promised to help you recover your memories. And helping another chief amnesiac like me goes without saying.
This is Surtur's answer.
Let's take it. Your condition?
My leg's a little heavy, but I'm okay. It's nice having you around, Endman.
We're fellow companions, after all.
What else did Surtur leave behind?
That's a fun effect.
Shard? I don't care. Just shut up.
That's a fun effect with the like the inversion of the room, where you enter the room and these swords are stuck in the floor and then the whole room flips like that. That's cool.
Recall the
don't care how many people wielded you before. I'll be the last of them. From now on, you shall only follow one voice. Surtur's voice. My voice.
And if you dare order me around, I will annihilate you completely. With your own powers. Good. You're finally behaving. Now you can say goodbye to the flaming giant you once were. You're joining my journey. We'll eat good food and beat up people who have it coming. Journeys and adventures. Did she actually give up her memory search because of these?
We still have a lot of time together ahead of us. Keep your faith in my sword. You're right. Just wait for me outside and guard the entrance. I'm hurt. Ouch. My palm's scratched. Never thought there would be a day I got enough to get ambushed by Originium slugs.
Is there any code name you want?
Just call me Surtur.
Clinical analysis has confirmed that you are infected with erypathy. Cell originium assimilation is at 1%. No signs of infection on the surface of the body. Blood originium crystal density is at 0.1 units per liter, but originium arts assimilation...
I don't know how to wield arts. But I can deal with all sorts of problems. Need a demo?
That won't be necessary. We have a good understanding of your potential. Welcome to Rhode Island.
I just hope you won't bore me.
Don't worry. Our clauses and terms are not restrictive.
This is when she joined Rhodes Island. She treated these memories with great importance. You guys really helped me out in that battle. Thanks, medics. Seaside holiday. And the beachwares for me? Past memories seem to be drifting away. But this doesn't feel bad. I'm more than happy to fill my head up with freshly made memories.
Ice cold, the stinging sensation, the cloying sweetness.
Huh. You actually can feel the cold. That means more ice cream is coming your way.
Ridiculous. But why is the sensation so comforting?
Apologies, Operator Surtur. The cafeteria pantry is out of ice cream. But an emergency batch is being made right now. Just wait a minute.
It's okay. I can wait.
Surtur! Where's your next field operation?
Laterano, I think.
Are you going there to validate some memories?
No. I just heard about their fancy ice cream machines. Gonna try them out. All the frustrations and pain from the memories. This is how they ended in peace. Better make some space. I'm bringing souvenirs back to Rhodes Island. The memories since I came to Rhodes Island feel so different. They are more real. Are you trying to say I can rely on you too?
Congratulations on your first anniversary at Rhodes Island. Do you like it here?
Rhodes Island is your home. And we prepped 3 crates of ice cream that can be claimed at the procurement department. There won't be any failed operations this week. So, enjoy your break.
Rhodes Island. A place that welcomes me home whenever I want. A place that lets me do what I want.
We know you like the thrill of freedom, so we got you a skateboard as a gift.
A special lava slug blood brew cocktail, super cooled with liquid nitrogen. Don't worry, it's safe. No crazy chemical reagents were added this time, I think. Interested in an after party at One More Shot? Or enjoy the fresh air on the top deck?
This place is my home. So why should I obsess about finding the last one I had?
This album is an anthology of all the operations we did together. If you have trouble finding your past, just know that everyone's here for your future.
It seems that people without a past can also choose to live in the present. Ah, so that's how you answered the question. Laevatain. If I saw this at the moment of my awakening, would I choose a different path?
It's a shame. But it also gave you the freedom of choice. You get to choose how to go beyond the memories.
Choice. She chose to love Rhodes Island as home. I think I understand that sensation. A noisy place filled with hassles, but it's also warm and interesting. That's why she gave up. 'Cause finding the past is no longer that important. But I'm different. I haven't found the people or things to make me give up those memories. I can't find my own Rhodes Island on Talos 2.
Perhaps you can find your own Endfield.
Making your move already? Never expected you to be the cunning type, Endmin.
Only if you're willing.
I'll accept your invitation.
Looks like you've sorted things out.
This is just the beginning. Whether I can free myself from this mire of memory will depend on what I discover at Endfield.
I give you my word as administrator. Endfield will become your home.
Home. All right. I'll see how you make good on this promise. Don't look back. The memories behind are of no use. Keep running and jump. Looks like a malicious being is remaking this maze of memories. Now it wants to keep us. Memories aren't easily cast aside. They resurface as enemies. Be prepared to fight the past. If our minds fail to escape quickly enough, they might be trapped here forever. Memories. I must bid you adieu now. This is a lost fragment of mine. Incinerate! Take it up! Melting flip? This hardly counts as warm-up. We handled that side well. When you drop a mirror, it breaks into shards that can cut. It's a shame to abandon what I've been seeking. But if I have to, let's just burn them all to ashes. Be consumed! Get rounded!
I was hoping if I grabbed those shards with Edmund that I could buff up Edmund's ultimate as well before we get to the end of this, but it looks like, no.
Tread carefully. Try not to drown in the depths of memory.
What's at the bottom of this?
End of the maze. And a confluence of all remaining memories. Perhaps we can treat it as our final goodbye. Hendman, why do reconveners need another person's memories from the past? Then what about me? What about my memories? That's probably a reason exclusive to me. Well then, let's make this a worthy spectacle. We just need to do one thing. Sever all ties to the residues of the past. Set them alight till they become ash. Don't worry, I'm around. Just go ahead and let everything burn. Incinerate! Inferno engage! Ready to strike. You crystallize! Victory goes without saying. Time to fight. Ready to strike. This hardly counts as warm-up. We handled that fight well.
It seems you've made your choice. Do you really think that's enough to make you yourself? You abandoned the past, but these memories will never let you go.
Go ahead and try, my past. Be consumed! Engage!
I don't know how to deal with that. I haven't. That's a mechanic I have literally not figured out yet. Oh, I guess that's the answer right there.
Where's Laevatain?
Hey, Endman. Remember your promise? You only delivered half.
Which half?
The half about me.
So you...
Take me to Dijong. I'll keep my promise. Wherever I go, whatever happens. So, this is Dijong. Show me the places we saw in that maze. It's quite different from Rhodes Island. Excellent. Yes, for a new beginning. From now on, I shall be Laevatain and fulfill the promise made to my fellow companion. I know. So, you gotta make new memories for me. I can be your operator, your sword, and your fire. But in return, I demand a unique journey, a unique adventure, and a unique home. That will give me an Endfield of my own. A place where I can forget about my memories. What? That's too much for you?
This place won't disappoint you, Laevatain.
Neither will I disappoint you, Endman.
Wow, so I did not remember the story being that long. It took us just a touch over 2 hours. Now, sure, if I hadn't talked so much, and if you really blow through the dialogue, you could probably cut that down to like an hour 40, hour and 45 minutes. But it is still a bit longer than I remembered. So definitely, we're going to have to wrap it up here. Tomorrow, I'll knock out Gilberta, and that may be the only two that we get done. We'll see about Yvonne, but those might be the only two we get done before 1.2. 1.2 is in just a few days. But definitely, I really enjoy Laevatain's story. It's my favorite of the 5 that they've given us so far. Rossi's unfortunately being my least favorite. Which is too bad, because I think she's a cute character, but I don't know. When we eventually do get around to that, I'll cover my issues with that story. Laevatain's really, really good, and interestingly, you know, there's so many games where people say, oh, the side stories have better, you know, story content, better narrative than the main story. And at least at the moment, I feel like Endfield is there too. I feel like Laevatain and Gilberta's stories are better than the main story. Maybe because they're simpler. Maybe because it's just a 2-hour story and not this long, ongoing story arc that's going to take, you know, years of a live service game to tell. But I do quite like Laevatain's, and hopefully you enjoyed it as well. So we're gonna wrap it up here. When we come back, we will get Gilberta's story knocked out before 1.2 gets introduced. Hi, Snowshine. aka Aurora. So thank you for joining me on this, and I look forward to next time. You have a good one. Later.